I may fall in love too fast, give everything to make this last. That's just who I am, that's just who I am. I'll probably even put you first, and forgive you even when it hurts. That's just who I am, that's just who I am.
Hey family, this is your boy Robert from the Winning with Love webcast. I told you I can do these webcasts anywhere. I'm in Starbucks, as you see. Starbucks in Harlem, off Frederick Douglass Boulevard. And I'm basically here again to thank everybody for watching the webcast. But what I want you to do is pay close attention to this one. Because we're dealing with a major component of unforgiveness, and that's lying. And we need to understand what is a lie, what is not a lie, and how to love people through their lies. Yes, you have to do that. You didn't know you had to do that? You have to do that. You got to love people even in their lives. There's no reason why you have to cut people off and get rid of them out of your life. You're still going to have to love people. Why? Well, let me put it this way. If you say you're going to operate in God's love, the most awesome love on the face of this planet, one of the things you're going to have to learn how to do is forgive people with His forgiveness, not with yours, but with His. And in His mechanism of forgiveness, He loved people even when they lie, even when they hate Him, when they spit. If they could, they'll spit on Him, they'll cuss Him out. People hate God to this day, but He still loves them. People will lie on Him, say that He put cancer on people and all that kind of stuff. You know, all kind of crazy lies. Yet He still loves them. They don't take it personal. Me, I don't mind if you lie. You know, you can lie to me, but if you lie on me, that's one of the areas I'm working on just as well as you are. And that's the reason why I told you I'm in this with you. We're watching these videos together. I'm learning just as well as I'm teaching. I told you it's not me who's teaching these things. I think that it's the greater one in me that's working through me to teach you and me. We're in this journey together. So what I'm going to do now before we go into the teaching session, I want you to watch this video. Well, it's not a video. It's just a song by The Truth, and it's called Ugly Love. That's right, because sometimes love can get ugly, and that's when it starts to grow. When you're in the middle of something and things don't go all so peachy keen, you know, the emotions have worn off, what you going to do? You know what most people do when the emotion's not there, when the physicality of sex is not there? They're looking for their next person. That's what normally happens. But no, it could be a million reasons why the emotion's not there. It could be a million reasons why he's not as good as he used to be, or she's not as good as she used to be, or she don't do what she used to do, or he don't do what he's supposed to. It could be a million reasons why. It still do not mean that you have to start looking for something negative just because you're not getting it like you used to get it. So look, here's the deal. God loves you no matter what, and whether you give it to Him or not, He's still going to love you. And sometimes the relationship between Him and you get ugly because sometimes you do some ugly things knowing that God don't like it. I do some ugly things knowing that God don't like it. So anyway, listen to the song. I told you it's edutainment, it's ministry. Listen to it. Listen to the words. Let it minister to you. And then I'll see you back in the teaching session right after the song.
Trying, but my vision is distorted. I've been fighting too long. Yeah, I tend to run when things go wrong.
So wrong.
It's easier to just give up.
So easy.
It's only beauty when it's ugly. Trying, but my feelings are distorted. I've been fighting too long. I tend to run when things go wrong. Yeah, it's easier to just give up, but it's only beauty when it's ugly. Love.
My broken heart's an open target. I'm standing on the wall, they throwing darts in. Is it my fault I'm feeling so exposed? Feel like I'm laying in an open coffin. Sometimes I don't know what to say. Yeah, when we together it's an awkward space. And I don't do too well with this rejection. So I wanna pack my bags, can I walk away? But I know I cannot get up, please don't push me, I'm on one knee. Only want us to spend time, she don't want my company. Everything is so surface, but I'm trying to see what is underneath. And I know love ain't perfect, but I never knew it'd be ugly.
I'm trying, but my vision is distorted. I've been fighting too long.
Too long.
I tend to run when things go wrong.
I tend to run,
It's easier to just give
but I wanna get better.
It's only beauty when it's ugly. But my feelings are distorted. I've been fighting too long.
Too long.
I tend to run when things go wrong.
Pressure,
It's easier to
plus
just
pain.
give up.
So
But it's
unnecessary.
only beauty when it's ugly. Love.
I should've never listened what they told us. They told us love was chocolates and a box of roses. They told us love was bridal gowns and wedding bells. But the darkest side is what they never showed us. Whoever said that it would be this way, they never told me I would need to pray. The picture painted was so rosy, couldn't see the gray. I lit my candles thinking love would be a piece of cake. For relationships that go uphill, try to win but they just fail. They can tend to get messy like red juice when my cup spill. Who can I really trust real? They hurt me, they desert me, and I'm trying to figure out what's real. Like Lord, please have mercy, and I'm trying.
But my vision is distorted. I've been fighting too long.
Yeah.
Tend to run when things go wrong.
No more running.
It's easier to just give up.
Stay in the fight of
It's
love.
only beauty when it's ugly. Trying, but my feelings are distorted.
You need to get
I've been
ugly, man.
fighting too long.
Don't give up when they get ugly, man.
Things go wrong. It's easier to just give up. But it's only beauty when
That's
it's
why I'm
ugly.
like, yes, sir. The kind of love I'm talking make the flesh hurt. When friends and family getting on your last nerve, ain't no expert, but emotions is so funny because at first it's all rushing in with excitement, fluttering and it's nice and sunshine and it's rainbows and it's thundering and it's lightning. Chest bumps and handshakes, disappointment and heartbreaks. Can't know what that love about till you've been through that, and it's called grace. When you standing with me in the down times, when the money's low and I downsize, when the screams from the crowd dies. If you love me when it's ugly, then that's beautiful in God's eyes.
My
Trying.
vision is distorted. I've been fighting too long.
Don't give up.
I tend to run when things go wrong.
We give up too easily.
It's easier to just
Oh.
give up. But it's only beauty when
Press
it's
through it.
ugly. Trying, but my feelings
In the hard
are distorted.
times.
I've been fighting too long.
That's when love really counts.
Tend to run when things
In the
go
difficult
wrong.
times,
It's
that's when love
easier
really
to
counts.
just give up.
Never
But
see
it's
the beauty
only
of love.
when it's ugly.
Tell you my own personal story. My son was the greatest thing that ever happened to me. His name was Robert Bernard Brand. Not to this day, I think his mother, me and his mother are best of friends. We don't hold no forgiveness. Now, I could have, she could have, but we were determined we're not going to be there. Will we ever get back together and get married? Oh, that's not going to happen. But we're the best of friends. And I immediately began to forgive her as a result of what she did. But I reached out to her, and we continue to be great friends this day. She gave me the best gift I ever had in my life, my son, Robert Devontae Brown, my heart. Now, things happened where, she started hanging out, blah, 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 for whatever reason. I gave her an ultimatum, and, the bottom line, we got a divorce. I was single and separated for a while, raising him myself. But at the beginning of our marriage, things were great. My stepmother shook my son, almost killed him as a baby. Shaky baby syndrome, almost killed him. Went to the hospital. I just come out of Kenneth Copeland convention, pumped up, fired up, excited. Man, I was fired up. I was gonna be. I wanted to be the black version of Kenneth Hagin, Kenneth Copeland, and the next Creflo Dollar. I wanted to be that at the time, and because he motivated me to share the word and just share about God. Well, in the middle of that, tragedy happening. Was coming back. The day before, they had a good time on the son. That was their first time keeping him. Had a good time. When I got ready to come home, I called to see how he was doing that morning. And couldn't find out he was in the emergency room at MCV, Medical College of Virginia. He was shaking. And we had to drive from DC back to Richmond with that on our mind. Got there. Chaos. My ex-wife wanted to kill my stepmother, and she, remember, had every right to. She had every right to be angry. I was angry. But I remember what I learned in that convention. The anger, resentment, and unforgiveness and bitterness stops the power of God from working in your life. God's not going to do nothing for you in the middle of all that stuff. He can't. You're stopping him. It's not that he don't want to. He's ready to, but that's blocking him. And we put it there. Well, I went into the bathroom. Before I went to the bathroom, the young lady said, basically, your son is pretty much brain dead. He's going to be a vegetable all his life. Not going to do anything. And we'll be lucky if he come out of the coma. So the Lord went to the bathroom. I was crying. All of a sudden, I felt like somebody just took me by my throat and jacked me up and said, break your behind up, boy. Do you realize who I am? Do you remember what you learned there at the convention? That the power that I have? You don't fall to that. You keep believing. You don't fall for that. You keep believing. You keep believing. So you're going to have to set some things straight. First of all, you wake her up and let her know that that's still the same boy. That's what I did. I said, look, I understand what you're saying. I understand you're trying to be considerate and be compassionate with us, but that's the same boy. Ain't nothing wrong with him. He was shaking, yes. He might have some issues with his brain, yes. But spiritually speaking, that's the same boy. He's coming out of this. State my claim. Now, told him, I said, look, I want y'all to get a tape. And I want y'all to get a tape recorder. I'm going to buy a tape. I want you to play this tape full of healing scripture to go in my son's ear. I want you to play this videotape, A Healing School by Gloria Copeland. Whether my son understands or not, I believe his spirit does. His brain may not comprehend, but his spirit does. And that's all I'm worried about, building the spirit. I build the spirit, I build the brain. And that's what happened. His brain started to come back a little bit. Well, I still sense unforgiveness and anger coming from my ex-wife. And like I said, she had every right to be. But I made a decision that I wasn't going to do it. And this is my stepmother, not her family. So she's a little hard on me, and I'm on my dad's side, and she's a little mad at me, like, and she had a right to be. But I said, look, babe, go home and rest. When things get better, you come back, okay? But we're going to have to forgive this lady if we want God to get him out of this. If you're not willing to do that, I need you to go, because I'm about to make this place conducive with the faith of God. And that's what I did. She respectfully, honorably, and I think her to this day, that's the reason why I felt I got more years out of my son, is because of her bold decision to not stay there when she had every right to be, to leave and go. She left. So I took control of the situation. I said, Pops, know how I feel, love you. Barbara, I made a decision that whether you did it or not, I forgive you. And this is another effing principle that you're going to learn. After forgiveness comes, it never happened, which means restoration. Because if it never happened, then you have no reason for not putting this person back to the position he was before. That's proper forgiveness. After forgiveness comes, it never happened, which means restoration. See, when God forgives us, he put it as far as from the east to the west, and he chooses not to remember it no more. We're going to have to make a choice to not remember that guy did that to us, that girl that did that to us. It never happened. It never happened. So I'm in a position now, but yeah, I remember what happened that day, but I don't let the memory affect who I am. I forgive my stepmother. To this day, I go there when I can. I eat with them. I hug on her. I love her. And people say, that's crazy. Well, I told you this love of God is crazy love. And you're going to understand that in the next series that we're going to do. Yes, it's crazy, but it has to be done in order to free other people. If I hold unforgiveness and bitterness and horror against us, that's going to affect me, and it's going to affect the other people in our life, and it's not going to make her draw closer to God. My old number one point is, I'm not here on this earth for me. I'm here on this earth for you. I'm here to be a blessing to you. I'm here to love you. I'm here to nurture you. I'm here to grow you, be the best friend I can be, to be the best lover, husband, whatever God chooses me to be. Father, I want to be the best because I want to remove myself out the picture and allow God to do it through me. Now, that was effing principle number 3. Is after forgiveness comes forgiveness. And we'll take up from there. After forgiveness comes forgiveness. Now, let's recap. Despite what Adam went through, his default affected us all. God never left Adam. Adam left God. But God pursued Adam and said, hey, where are you? What position are you in? You disconnected from me. I need you to get back connected to me. I created you. So we got to work a plan. I need your family to be connected to me. Your family cannot be disconnected from me. That's the reason why I made you, to create this family so it can be my family. See, God like me, I love families. I love families. Whether I have any kids or I just love being in a family environment. I'm a family man. Pretty funny for somebody that don't have any kids at this moment personally, but I'm a family man. God began to remove that issue with Adam, gave Adam some instruction. God never left him, but God said, hey, we're going to work together to make this right because I need you in my life. There's one scripture said, why do God forgive us? Why do God, because God want to do it for himself. It's for his sake, because he loves us so much. Why do you need to do that? Why you need to forgive people? Why you need to restore people? Because it's for your sake. It helps you become a better person. Despite how bad they were, you reaching out to them in the middle of their mess will cause you to become a greater person. It brings you from here to here. But as long as you keep that other stuff going on, you will always stay here. Now, when you want to F people and F them good and give them the best effing they ever had in their life, and you're pretty clear on what I'm talking about. Give people the best forgiveness they ever had. I never had nobody forgive me like that where they bring gifts to me. They must be crazy, lost their mind. I'm trying to give you the best effing that you ever had. It ain't got nothing to do with me trying to pursue you and be yours and nothing like that. No, I want to make my God proud of me, because that's how he acts. I want to give you the best. I don't want to just say, hey, I forgive you and walk off. I want to mark my forgiveness. What? Throw you off. That's how we're going to get. As agape maniacs, we're going to build ourselves to be that type of person that we're going to walk strong in forgiveness. We're going to walk strong in the love of God. We're going to display it, demonstrate the whole 9 yards. But it starts with this right here. And I'm going to leave you with this last effing principle and where we're going to start off next week. After forgiveness come forgetness. It's not a word in the dictionary, I don't think. But it means that once you forgive that person, it's gone. Don't ever bring it back up. Don't let it cross your mind. And don't bring it before you and him in any fight or nothing like that. It never happened. And after that comes restoration, which means since it didn't happen, we can move forward. And let's just put some things in place to make it strong.
Hate it. The love of Jesus is for all, even those that hate us. I know me and you ain't the same. What about love? I know me and you ain't the same.